I love to see companies like BLU improve their overall image by simply making better products. What is going on, guys? This is Jay, and today in this video we're going to be checking out the brand new BLU G91 Max that is currently under embargo. They went ahead and reached out to me like they do for the past couple of years, and they offer me the G91 Max. I didn't hesitate to say yes, and I've been testing this device for the past 5 days or so, and I gotta say I am quite impressed. Now, the price for this particular device will only be limited, which is $150, and then it'll go back to its regular price, which is $250. So getting a look at the box, we can see that they keep it kind of cool. I like here the reflective letters and numbers. So we can see again the G91 Max made by BLU, and on the back here we have some of these specifications. It comes with a 6.8-inch Full HD Plus display, and this is what they call the infinity dot display because we have a little dot where the camera is located. It comes with a decent processor, which is the Helio G95, Octa-Core at 2.0 gigahertz, and it comes with 128 gigabytes of internal storage. You can upgrade it as well, and we can see right here it comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM. It has an AI camera, which is a 108 megapixel sensor made by Samsung, which is the HM2 sensor, and it comes with more sensors on the back. We have a 5 megapixel wide angle lens. Then we get a depth sensor, which is a 2 megapixel, and a macro lens as well, which is another 2 megapixel. And on the front, we get 16 megapixels for selfies, and we do have a 5000 milliamp battery, which is able to charge other devices as well. So yes, it comes with reverse charging. We get 10-watt wireless charging as well, and it comes with a Hyper 18-watt max charger. So it has a side-mounted fingerprint, and you can upgrade the memory, as I said before, up to 256 gigabytes. It has premium AG glass battery cover design, and it has Android 11. So with this being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look here quickly what comes inside of the box. So as always, the first thing that we usually get is the phone itself, and I just recovered it. Like I said, I've been using it now for the past 5 days or so. We get a little sticker with the IMEI information in a divider so that the phone can sit properly. We get some manuals. We get some earphones. It still has the 3.5mm headphone jack, which is great news. And to be honest with you, I never really use the earphones, as I do have wireless earphones all over my house. We get the 18-watt charger, and we can see the specifications right here. The USB-C cable. Very nice. It is exactly the same as the one we got with the G91 from last year. And you get here some stuff that we can't eat according to the package. A BLU sticker. And this is what I like about BLU. This is one of my favorite parts. That is that they include cases. So you don't have to worry about this from day one. That is amazing. We get a SIM opener tool, and finally a glass screen protector. Check this out right here, and it comes with a little cleaning cloth so that it makes it easier for the installation. And that's everything that we get inside of this box. Okay, and now it is time to remove this cover, and we can see once again the repetition of what we just read from the back side of the box. And I have to say, this display looks phenomenal. Let's go ahead and get started by turning on the phone. And on the front here, this is the 6.8-inch display with the infinity dot display, as they call it. This is a true 16 megapixel sensor camera, and this display has about 389 ppi, and it is a 60 hertz display. So hopefully BLU in the future can upgrade this to at least a 90 hertz display if they are listening. Then on the side here, we get the SIM tray. It is a dual SIM, dual standby device, and you can also install a TF card up to 256 gigabytes. We do have here the volume rockers up and down as well on the left hand side of the device, and on the right hand side of the device we get the power key. This is also a fingerprint scanner. Towards the bottom we get the USB-C, and we have the main microphone with the 3.5mm headphone jack and the loudspeaker. Keep in mind that we don't have stereo speaker, It is only just one speaker towards the bottom, but I think it's quite sufficient. Towards the back, we have nothing but just the secondary microphone. And here we get the cameras. This is quite interesting. This is that Samsung 108 megapixel sensor camera with the ability to record now in 4K 30 frames per second. We do have a 5 megapixel wide angle lens, as I said before, a 2 megapixel depth sensor, and a 2 megapixel macro lens, and all in combination, it shoots very nice photos. We're gonna be seeing that here in just a second. We get the LED flash with the little logo by BLU. It says BLU Products Incorporated, G91 Max, designed in Miami and most likely built in China. So anyways, here we have the device, and let's go ahead and unlock it real quick. I'm doing this too quickly. There we go. And here we have the main operating system. At first glance, when it's loading, it seems like it's going to be slow, but then it takes you for a surprise that it's actually quite fast. They have improved this operating system quite dramatically, as it is mostly clean. You don't get a lot of bloatware on here. There's a few applications that you can simply uninstall, but for the most part, it comes quite clean. You can tell that the quality of this display is just undeniably amazing. Check out the viewing angles. It is not pixelized, and when the device is off, it looks all like one piece, and that makes it look very, very premium. So here, for my surprise, the phone does take a 4G networks. So I have it right now connected here with Verizon. And one of the things that they mentioned is that it doesn't work with Verizon. I don't know how or why, but every time I insert my Verizon SIM card, which is the same that I have on my iPhone 13 Pro Max, it takes it and it works just fine. With that being said, one of the first things that I want to test here is going to be the fingerprint scanner. It also has face recognition, but the fingerprint scanner works very nicely. You don't have to press the button so that it comes on. You can simply just put your finger right on top and it doesn't fail. So here we have my left hand, and this one, just because the finger is not covering the entire fingerprint, it struggles a little bit, but you can see right there that if you do get it centralized from the get-go, it does unlock. You also get here face recognition, and this is actually my preferred method because it is so much faster and it is super easy to set up. So yes, face recognition works even if I have sunglasses on, which is quite cool. The other day I was at work, I had a hat and my sunglasses, and it still unlocked the device, which is something that I like. Some phones don't do that, or they have a hard time detecting your face. Then here, when it comes to the toggles, we get a few interesting toggles on here. We have on-screen recording, we have alarm, we have a whole bunch of things that we can set up directly from here. And yes, this is a device with wireless charging, as they claimed before, and for that I have here a wireless charger, so that way we can see together that in fact it does work. And this one only charges at 10 watts, but that's more than sufficient. You guys can see it right here that is currently charging. Let's go ahead and turn off the device or put it to sleep and put it to charge, and right there you guys can see that it is charging. So that's very good news. Now the only downside of this is that they didn't include NFC with this phone. I am not sure why they did that, but I guess the price has to do with it. This phone is only, right now the starting price is $149, but that's only for a limited time. Then it'll jump back up to $249. So if you go here into more network settings, usually the NFC will be around here, and we don't have that available as of right now. Now what we do have is on Intelligent Assistant here, we have this option for wireless reverse charging, and this does it in a breeze. So these are my AirPods. We're just going to place them here on the back, and you guys can see right here that they are in fact charging. Now let's try this with my iPhone 13 Pro Max, and you will see how it does charge my iPhone 13 Pro Max as well. Very interesting feature, and I gotta say guys, this phone definitely has a very appealing design all the way around. It feels nice in the hand, and the screen size is just about perfect. It comes already with all the Google applications. Now with some devices out there in the market, usually the ones that are for the Chinese market, they don't come with the Play Store, but that's not an issue here with BLU. We know that this is sold here in the USA, so they have to have all these applications ready for you. And right now I don't have any issues. The only issue that I encountered with this device was the Wi-Fi network. It wasn't working properly, even though it was showing a great signal. But then I received an update and that fixed the issue, and now everything is working nice and smooth. I did here for the performance of the device, performed the Antutu benchmark, which is one of my favorites, and it gave it a nice score, which I think it was, there we go, 346,000. It fluctuates. At first I got 376,000. But this is definitely a strong mid-range device, or you can call it budget device just because of the price, but that's a pretty good score. Right now, a true flagship device will score close to 800,000, but that score is definitely not a bad score whatsoever. So here again for the CPU, we have the MTK 6785. For the GPU, we get the famous Mali-G76. And that's pretty much it. Everything else that I told you guys already is actually on here. I did test it, some gaming, and the gaming on this device, surprisingly enough, is actually very, very good. I didn't see any hesitations or any lagging whatsoever. It didn't even heat up. So I guess they have done improvements with the software so that gaming can be very nice and smooth. So I did play OSPL 9, and again, no issues whatsoever. I also tried Call of Duty, and that worked flawlessly as well. So I can almost promise you guys that playing games on this device is going to be an absolute breeze. Now when it comes to the cameras, as I said, the rear camera now with a 108 megapixel sensor by Samsung has the ability to record up to 4K resolution. So if we set this into videos and we go into the settings part of it, the video quality, we can see that we can go again 4K 30 frames per second. And this video has been downscaled just because it is at 1080p, but yes, the quality has improved quite dramatically. The only bad part about this camera that I can complain right off the bat is that it doesn't have any type of stabilization like electronic or optical image stabilization, which is something that has been around for quite a while. I wish that companies can start implementing this type of technology, as it makes it a lot easier and better when taking videos. We can definitely agree to that. So here I took a video on the 108 megapixel sensor camera, and you can tell that again the quality is super great. It did struggle a little bit to do autofocus. Sometimes I saw myself pointing at the screen where I wanted to focus so that it did the focus, because it would either delay a lot to do the focus or it wouldn't do it at all. So that's just maybe a minor bug in the system that can be fixed with a simple software update. So I have high hopes for this camera. It's actually, like I said, quite good, and even at nighttime it takes stunning photos as well. And of course we get lastly here the front facing camera, which is the 60 megapixel sensor camera. Is able to beautify your face as well, and it is a wide angle lens like with many phones in the market. So yes, the front facing camera also serves me very well. If you go here into videos, we go into settings, the max quality that we can record here is at 1080p 30 frames per second. When it comes to the 4G network on the G91 Max using Verizon, it's actually quite smooth. I don't have any issues loading pages. So in this case, I am doing eBay, and when we load it up, you can see that it went almost instantly, and I am not connected to the Wi-Fi. Let's try the same thing here for a heavy site such as YouTube. So we will type the whole thing, as it does take me to Google if I don't. So anyways, here we can see that once again everything was loading quite fast. Now talking about YouTube, this is a great opportunity to test the loudspeaker on it, so that way you can have a rough idea. So what I will do here is just play a random trailer. Let's just search for the any trailer here, Jurassic World Dominion trailer, and let's see how it does. This is at max volume.
I wanted to show them something that wasn't an illusion. Something that was real. Something that they could
exist. We created an ecological disaster.
As with every phone that doesn't come with stereo speakers, we all can say that yes, we prefer stereo speakers, but this one actually doesn't sound bad. And for some reason, when you have the case installed, it doesn't easily get muffled by your finger accidentally. And maybe it's because of this little bump on the side. So I love having the case on for that particular reason. But yes, I have to say that out of 1 or from 1 through 10, I have to give this a solid 8 overall quality on the speaker. Yes, I wish that it had stereo, but this one doesn't sound bad whatsoever. Keep in mind that the G91 Max doesn't have IP certification, so that means that you cannot get it wet. I would say not even a simple splash, just so that you don't run the risk of getting it damaged. Now, when it comes to the battery, I was able to get 2.5 days using it as my primary device, and that was using a lot of the music that I like to play, phone calls, texting, web browsing, you name it, even a little bit of gaming at my break time, and this thing handled quite well. So I would say you will get a guaranteed whole day, and I'm talking about 24 hours of battery usage with this particular device, thanks to that 5000 milliamp battery that comes inside. So with this being said, I think that we have successfully unboxed and reviewed here the G91 Max. If there's anything that I missed and you guys would like me to complete a separate video, I can do so for you. Just leave your comments below and I will do my best to read it as soon as possible. With this being said, thank you for watching. Please click on the bell icon so that you don't miss future videos like this. Like it, share it, and comment as well. And I will see you guys on my next one.